Nubia's RedMagic 7S Pro will be going up against ASUS's ROG Phone 6 Pro in the global gaming smartphone segment. The new Android smartphone was first unveiled in China alongside a standard model, the RedMagic 7S. Unfortunately, the standard model, which is surprisingly superior to the Pro model in some areas, hasn't been launched globally. The RedMagic 7S Pro is a follow-up to the RedMagic 7 Pro that was announced in February 2022. The new smartphone comes with a handful of upgrades, with one of the most notable being an upgrade from the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 to Qualcomm's newer Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor. These two gaming smartphones look nothing alike. The front of the RedMagic 7S Pro is covered in the glass, while the back is a mix of glass and metal. It has an under-display camera for a genuine full-screen appearance, and is available in 3 colors, 2 of which have a transparent back panel. There is also a Transformers edition that's exclusive to China. The ROG Phone 6 Pro has glass on both sides. It also skips the notch in favor of a not-so-slim bezel that's thick enough to house the selfie camera. ASUS has placed a 2-inch OLED secondary screen on the back that displays different animations as well as notifications. The ROG Phone 6 has an IPX4 rating and is available in a single color, Storm White. The RedMagic 7S Pro's 6.8-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED display is a tad bigger than the 6.78-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED display of the ROG Phone 6 Pro. The former has a 120Hz refresh rate, a 960Hz touch sampling rate, and Gorilla Glass 5 protection. The Samsung E4 display on the ASUS phone refreshes at 165Hz, but has a lower 720Hz touch sampling rate, is protected by the stronger Gorilla Glass Victus, and supports HDR10+. Both phones have an under-display fingerprint scanner and support DC dimming. In terms of performance, the two phones should be largely identical as they both use the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor. However, the RedMagic 7S Pro has a secondary Red Core 1 chip to handle audio and haptic feedback, while the ROG Phone 6 Pro is available in a single configuration with 18 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. The RedMagic 7S Pro can be purchased with 12 and 256 gigs or 18 and 512 gigs. Unsurprisingly, neither phone has a microSD card slot for storage expansion. Their differences extend to their cameras, despite having the same number of sensors. On the back of the ROG Phone 6 Pro is a 50-megapixel Sony IMX766 sensor, a 13-megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera, and a 5-megapixel macro camera. It also has a 12-megapixel front-facing camera that sits in the bezel above the display. In contrast, the RedMagic 7S Pro packs a 64-megapixel ISOCELL GW3 main sensor on the back paired with an 8-megapixel 120-degree ultra-wide-angle camera and a 2-megapixel camera. While those may not match up to the ROG Phone 6 Pro, it impresses with its 16-megapixel under-display front-facing camera which uses a combination of a smart screen circuit and a display chip to remain invisible. Nubia has also added some useful components to reduce light diffraction, so the camera can capture sharper and brighter images. Both phones can record in 8K at 24 FPS and in 4K at 60 FPS, but only the ROG Phone 6 Pro has electronic image stabilization. Apart from having the same number of cameras, both phones have customizable shoulder triggers built into the side of the frame. Both manufacturers have adopted different cooling solutions, an important aspect of any gaming smartphone. The RedMagic 7S Pro's ICE relies on a built-in cooling fan with a 20,000 RPM, combined with an aluminum heatsink, graphite thermal pad, aviation-grade aluminum heatsink, vapor chamber, and high thermal conductivity copper foil. The ROG Phone 6 Pro doesn't have a built-in cooling fan, but ASUS says its GameCool 6 cooling system includes a boron nitride thermal compound for reducing thermal throttling during short gaming sessions, an enlarged vapor chamber and graphite sheets for cooling during mid-length gaming sessions, and a separately purchased Aero Active Cooler 6 cooling fan for cooling during marathon sessions. Nubia also sells a bigger cooling fan that can be attached to the back of its phone. The two smartphones run Android 12 out of the box, and come with dual SIM support, Bluetooth 5.2, NFC, Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 6E on the ROG Phone 6 Pro, an audio jack, stereo speakers, and turbo microphones. The ASUS ROG Phone 6 Pro packs a 6000 mAh battery with support for 65-watt fast charging. It also supports Quick Charge 5.0 and Power Delivery 3.0. Despite having a slightly larger display and a built-in fan, the RedMagic 7S Pro has a smaller 5000 mAh capacity battery. It also supports 65-watt fast charging, although the version sold in China supports 135-watt fast charging. Thankfully, both manufacturers ship their phones with a charger. With respect to availability and pricing, both ASUS and ZTE have confirmed their phones will be available in North America. ASUS has yet to reveal the US price of the ROG Phone 6 Pro, which sells for €1,299 in Europe, but the RedMagic 7S Pro will start at $729 for the base model. Which of these gaming phones is the best for you? Write your opinion in the comments below. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and see you soon.